So, welcome you all. In last lecture, we have started the new unit, Environmental Botany. In that unit, the first point is the bioremediation. So, what is bioremediation? Bioremediation, that means the removal of pollutants which are present in the environment by using the microorganism. So, due to these bioremediation, that will be helpful for, or it is the natural process, and that will be helpful for degrading the all pollutants which are present in the environment. So in that bioremediation process, different types of microorganisms are used, like the bacteria, fungi, and also some algae. And with the help of these microorganisms, the pollutants that will be removed. Then this bioremediation process, there are different factors. In that, first one is the natural attenuation factor. So naturally, also the contaminated sites that will be remove the contaminants which are present in that sites by using some uh, the microorganisms. देन इन बायोस्टिमुलेशन फैक्टर्स में हमने देखा था देयर इज द मेंटेनिंग द सम एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स on that polluted site like the moisture content, then pH, also the addition of the oxygen and some other electron acceptor. Naturally, the favorable environment condition that will be provided in the biostimulation. So the rate of this remediation or biodegradations will be increased. Then in bioaugmentation, in that there is the at the contaminated sites, there is also addition of some intrinsic or indigenous microorganism as well as exogenous microorganism. So due to this increasing the microorganism, ultimately the rate of decompositions will be increased. Then last one factor is the phytoremediation factor. Phytoremediation, that means there is a directly use of the plant. By using the plant, some contaminants or some chemicals that will be removed from the polluted sites. So next is about the, if the question asks on role, explain the role of microbial population in bioremediation, the answer will be same. Those information in the bioremediation, all information you can write in the role of microbial population in the bioremediation. The next question is regarding write note on phytoremediation. So the introductory part that will be same. In phytoremediation, that means by using the plants, the minimizing the effect of pollutants or contaminants is called as phytoremediation. Phyto, that means the plant. So here basically the plants are used for removing the all pollutants or contaminants which are present in the different sites. So this phytoremediation process that will be takes place in different manners. So for in that first is the enhances rhizosphere, enhanced degradation, then phytoextraction, rhizofiltration, phytovolatilization, phytostabilization. These are different processes that are used in the technique of phytoremediation. So let's discuss the one by one technique of the phytoremediation. First one is the enhancing rhizosphere degradation. So here the technology, that means there is the degradations of the contaminants, degradations of the contaminants by rhizosphere microorganisms Then degradation of the compounds through plant metabolism or through the release of enzymes by the plant. So here these the media for this technique that used in many soil sediments, then sludges, grounds, and surface water. So here the plants that will be that used in the technique of rhizosphere degradations are some grasses, then hybrid plants, popular, red mulberry, alfalfa plant, then cattail, some algae, then stone bryophytes, then hybrid popular cattail and rice plant. These are used for the rhizosphere degradation. So in case of the rhizosphere, the plant uh, by releasing some enzymes, they can be degraded these pollutants. So, in case of the soil pollutions or water pollutions or in some muddy places, if we grow these type of plants, then ultimately they plant with the help of metabolism. That means due to the metabolism, that means the reaction, those reaction which are takes place by the plants. So in plants they can absorb the water as well as some chemicals which are present in the soil. So ultimately these all chemicals or water that will be comes to the plant body, and due to this reaction they created some enzymes, and ultimately due to these enzymes the degradation process of that pollutants or some contaminants or chemicals that should be takes place. So ultimately these plants that should be helpful for the degradations of that pollutants. So first is the enhancing rhizosphere degradation with help of the plants. And for that, different examples are there. Some grasses, then some hybrid alfalfa cattle plants, also some algae and bryophytes. They are also do the rhizosphere degradations at the contaminated sites. Then second process that will be used in case of the phytoremediation, that is the phytoextraction. Phytoextraction, that means the plants accumulate metals or radionucleotides and they translocated them to their harvestable पार्ट्स सो एज यू नो नेचुरली प्लांट्स क्या करता है जो भी सॉइल में या वाटर में जो भी मिनरल साइंस जो भी वहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है वो एब्सॉर्ब करता है सो दिस ऑल एब्सॉर्बेड absorbed material that will be translocated in the form of flowers or fruits. इसके थ्रू वो जो भी वहाँ जो सॉइल में वाटर में जो भी प्रेजेंट रहेगा आयंस हो या मिनरल्स हो जो भी हो एब्सॉर्ब करता है वो अपने खुद के ग्रोथ के लिए वो यूज करता है तो लीव्स हो सकते हैं प्लांट की ग्रोथ मतलब क्या लीव्स होंगे फ्लावर्स होंगे फ्रूट्स डेवलप होंगे तो फाइटो एक्सट्रैक्शन का मीनिंग क्या है जो भी वहाँ पे जो भी मेटल्स वगैरह जो सॉइल में या वाटर में रहेंगे कंटेमिनेटेड वो प्लांट एब्सॉर्ब करेगा फिर वो प्लांट खुद के अंदर मतलब प्लांट के अंदर वो सब वहाँ के मेटल्स वगैरह जाएंगे देन जो भी हार्वेस्टेबल मटेरियल दैट मीन्स हार्वेस्टेबल मतलब यदि कोई प्लांट है उसके हम लीव्स कट कर सकते हैं खा सकते हैं देन कुछ फ्लावर्स हैं फ्रूट्स हो सकते हैं वो है हार्वेस्टेबल मटेरियल तो जब भी हम वो मटेरियल प्लांट्स का मटेरियल हम सेपरेट करेंगे एंड देन on that separated material we can separate out the due by the extraction process we can separate out that metals so ultimately the जो भी वाटर में सॉइल में जो भी कंटेमिनेंट पोल्यूटेंट्स रहेंगे वो प्लांट्स के अंदर आ जाएंगे मतलब वहाँ का जो पोल्यूशन है वो पोल्यूशन रिड्यूस हो जाएगा कम हो जाएगा सो For this technology, the mostly soil or some sediments and sludges are used. So in mostly जो soil जो contaminated soils or some sludges areas that are used for that phyto extraction. वैसे sites पे हम जो plant अच्छे से ग्रो हो सकते हो वैसे प्लांट्स हम उस साइड पे ग्रो कर जहाँ पे डेवलप्ड एरियाज है मतलब जहाँ पे कंपनीज वगैरह है ऐसे एरिया में जो सॉइल है सॉइल दीज आर ऑल्सो कंटेमिनेटेड सो on that contaminated soil if we grow the plants these grow plant that will be ultimately absorb the material which are present in that soil and ultimately they can reduce the these pollutions or contaminants. So for that, the plants like the Indian mustard, then alpine, penny grasses, sunflower, poplar, these are plants that mostly uh, used for controlling the pollutions. So this is the phytoextractions. Then third one is the rhizofiltration. So in rhizofiltration, mostly, this technique is used related to the surface or groundwater pollution. So, this, in that technology, the plants that will be absorbed or some or precipitated some metals and radionucleotides, and from that aqueous solution around the roots, therefore the immobilization of metal and radionucleotides that will be possible. That means the plant that can absorb some metals and some radionucleotide compounds, so those which are present in that water. So they can capture the all metals or pollutants which are present in the polluted water in surface as well as in the groundwater. So immobilization that means they can capture the all metals and radionucleotide which are present in the polluted soil. So ultimately they will be gathered all minerals and radionucleotides around the root of that plant. And if we remove that roots, so with that root, all the metals or radionucleotides, those are present in the polluted side, they will be also come with the roots. So, like the filtration, they can the roots of the plant, they can uh, filtrate out the metals as well as some radionucleotide compounds. So for that purpose, the sunflowers, Indian mustard, then some otter hyacinth, then icornia, these plants that will be helpful for the uh, reducing the contaminants of the surface as well as ground water. Then next one is the phytovolatilization. So phytovolatilization in that they the uptake and possible transformation of a compound by the plant and subsequent into the atmosphere. So here generally on the water as well as in soil sediments, these are sludges areas. That means in muddy areas, these phytovolatilization process will be carried out. So in that, naturally, as you know, transpiration. What is mean by transpiration?
Loss of water.
Loss of water in the form of vapor.
Vapor.
So राइट तो यहाँ पे जो फाइटोवोलेटाइजेशन में क्या होता है कि जो कंटेमिनेटेड साइट है तो वहाँ पे हम प्लांट्स ग्रो करेंगे तो प्लांट क्या करेंगे जो भी कंटेमिनेंट्स और जो पोल्यूटेड वाटर है वो एब्सॉर्ब करेंगे, एब्सॉर्ब करके वो प्लांट्स के अंदर जाएगा। और जब भी ट्रांसपिरेशन होगा प्लांट्स के अंदर, जब भी ट्रांसपिरेशन होगा तो जो भी प्लांट्स के अंदर जो भी वाटर, थ्रू वाटर जो भी वहाँ पे कंटेमिनेंट्स गए, मतलब जो केमिकल्स आए, जो भी गए हैं वो एयर में वो वेपराइज हो जाएंगे थ्रू द वाटर। तो मतलब जहाँ वो जो प्लांट है, प्लांट हेल्प करेंगे, जो वहाँ पे कंटेमिनेटेड जो भी केमिकल्स है वो खुद प्लांट एब्सॉर्ब करेगा और थ्रू द वेपर्स वो एयर में फिर से छोड़ देगा। तो यहाँ पे द फाइटोवोलेटाइजेशन that will be also helpful for reducing the contaminated sites in water as well as in the soil. So for that, the plants that mostly used in the popular plant है अल्फा अल्फा है, then black locust है, Indian mustard. These are plants mostly suitable for that technology, that means in phytovolatilization. So this is also helpful for reducing the contaminated or polluted sites. Then last one is the phytostabilization. Phytostabilization, here there is the plants that will use for stabilizing the contaminated soil. So stabilizations of the metal contaminant soil by the plants and roots, reducing the movement of that soil. So mostly in the soil, this technology of phytostabilization technology is used, and for that purpose, the plant like Indian mustard, some grasses, and also so the hybrid poplar plant that are used to stabilize the metals which are present in the soil. So these roots of that plant, they can reducing the movement of that uh, metals which are present in the on that side. So ultimately the contaminated contaminations of the soil, they will be reduces due to this plant stabilization. So here in case of the phytostabilization, sorry, phytoremediation, these are different technologies are used at the different sites, and for that different plants that will be used to minimize the pollutions or the pollutants in the soil as well as water or in sludges or in different areas. So here these phyto remediations that should be over. In phytoremediation, we have discussed the 5 different technologies that are used to minimize the pollution. In that first, there is the enhanced rhizosphere degradation. Rhizosphere मतलब around the रूट के साइड में जो भी एरिया रहता है, दैट इज द राइजोस्फियर. सो हियर by using the different plants, we can increasing the rhizosphere degradation. These plants generally they can absorb the material, and due to the different metabolism processes, they can excrete out some enzymes. And due to this enzyme, the naturally degradations will be takes place. Then second technology that are used in phytoremediation is the phyto extraction. In phyto extraction, generally the plants that will be grow on that polluted sites, and then they will plant will be harvest out. So these they will be helping to reducing the pollutants which are present on that product. Then third one is the rhizofiltration. Again, it is related to the activity of the roots. So here some This actually done on the water pollution regarding the surface as well as groundwater. And on that, plants like water hyacinth, icornia, some Indian mustards, and varieties of the sunflowers that can be grow on that polluted side, so they can filter out the metals or some radionucleotides pollutants. Then fourth technology that have been used in the phytoremediation is the phytovolatilization. Phytovolatilization, it is like the transpiration process. These plants that can be uptaking or absorbing some uh, pollutants or contaminant chemicals, and they can be transfer it on the transfer it in the atmosphere. Then last one is the phytostabilization. Here these mostly the metals which are present in the soil, they can be stabilized with the help of plants. So, this different technologies, the different types of plants that should be used to reducing the pollutants. So here the your second part is the phytoremediations that will be present. All of you are clear this point?
Ma'am.
ओके देन जो जो भी टेस्ट पेपर है आज के टेस्ट पेपर सबके सबमिट होने चाहिए और कल फिर आपको पेपर थर्ड का भी टेस्ट है उसका भी क्वेश्चन मैंने वहां पे सेट किया है जो पेपर सेकंड के हैं सबके आज ही आने चाहिए अभी वो टाइम पे ही आने चाहिए थे अभी देखते हो एब्सेंट दिखा रहा है कि प्रेजेंट जब भी आप बाद में यदि आप सबमिट करते हो तो तो जो भी टेस्ट है आप पहले ही लिख के रखो और उस टाइम पे वहाँ पे ज्वाइन होके वो अपलोड करो और अटैच करो ताकि वो टाइम में वहाँ पे आ सके नहीं तो आप उसी टाइम लिखोगे फिर नेट का यदि प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा तो आपका टेस्ट वहाँ पे नहीं दिखेगा ठीक है
Yes, ma'am.